Okay, in homework 4.9, we are given a set of tables and we're asked to determine if the tables represent proportional relationships. So this is the first table we're given in problem number 1. It is the example. We have a set of x numbers and a set of y numbers. And we need to know if that is proportional. So you need to remember that the formula for a proportional relationship is y equals r x. Y equals r times x. These are all the y numbers. These are all of the x numbers. So this equation means that we're multiplying all of these x numbers by some number, and it's the same number for all of them, and they will equal y. Now, I've drawn another table over here. This is not part of the homework, but this is meant to be a reminder for you. So, if we have the formula y equals rx, and we look at it, we see that these are the x numbers, so 3 times 2 equals 6. 4 times 2 equals 8. 5 times 2 equals 10, 6 times 2 equals 12. That tells us that we're multiplying all of these x numbers by 2. That means 2 is our constant of proportionality. So y equals 2x. And this formula should work for each set. So then we would go, well, what if y equals 2x, then y is, I'll take that first set right here. Y is 6 equals 2 times 3. 6 equals 6. And I would do that for each of these. And that's how we know this is proportional. There's another kind of a shortcut, a little trick that we can look at to see if the table is showing a proportional relationship, and it tends to be really helpful when you're looking at fractions. So in this little shortcut, what you do is you look to see if both x and y increase in equal steps. So does x increase each time equally? And then does y increase each time equally? So what I mean is, if I start at 0, to move here, I added 1/2. So it was 0 plus 1/2 equals 1/2. Then if I start here and move here, did I add 1/2 again to equal 1? Well, yes, 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1. And then did I do it again here? 1 plus 1/2 equals 1 and 1/2. So these numbers are increasing equally. They're increasing by 1/2 each time. So let's look at the bottom numbers now. Now they don't have to also increase by 1/2, but they have to increase by the same amount. So from 0 to 2/5, I'm adding 2/5. And from 2/5 to 4/5, well, 2 plus 2 is 4, so I added 2/5 again. So it's increasing the same amount. But then look what happened here. I went from 4/5 to 8/5, so I actually increased, whoops, I actually increased 4/5 here. So this is not proportional because I'm increasing by an equal amount in my x numbers, but I'm not increasing by an equal amount in my y numbers. So this is not proportional. Okay. In problem number 2, we can look at the x numbers here, and we move from 0 to 1/4. So I know that I added 1/4, and then I moved from 1/4 to 1/2, and I know that 1/4 plus 1/4 is 1/2, so I moved up 1/4 again, and then from 1/2 to 3/4, well, this is equal to 2/4, so I added another 4th to get to 3/4. So these are increasing by the same amount each time. Now let's check the bottom. I moved from 0 to 2/3, so I added 2/3. And then I moved from 2/3 to 4/3, so I added 2/3 again, because 2/3 plus 2/3 is 4/3. And then I moved from 4/3 to 6/3, so I added 2/3 again, because 4 plus 2 is 6/3. So that tells me that yes, this is proportional. Okay, in this graph, or in this table, problem number 3, we moved from 0 to 2/5, so we added 2/5. Then we moved from 2/5 to 4/5, so we added 2/5 again. And then 4/5 to 7/5 is 3/5. So I can stop right here. I know this is not proportional because this one moved, they did not increase by the same amount. So this is not proportional. Okay, in problem number 4, we are increasing our x number here by 3, so we added 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. We added 3 again. 6 plus 3 is 9. We added 3 again. So these numbers are increasing by the same number. Down here, our y numbers went from 0 to 6, so I'm adding 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. I added another 6. And 12 plus 3 is 15. So this is not proportional because these didn't increase by the same amount each time. So this is not proportional. Okay, in problem number 5, we increased from 0, our x number here increased from 0 to 1/2, so it increased 1 and 1/2. Then 1 and 1/2 plus 1 and 1/2 is 3, so that works. And then 3 plus 1 and 1/2, so 3 plus 1 is 4, plus the plus 1/2 is 4 1/2, so this increased by 1 and 1/2. So our x numbers increased equally. Down here, I went from 0 to 1/8, so I increased 1/8. 1/8 to 2/8, I again increased by 1/8, and 2/8 to 3/8 is another increase of 1/8. So the top increased equally by 1/2 each time, and the bottom increased equally by 1/8 each time. So this is proportional. Okay, we're going to do the problem on the back of the page, problem 6. Okay, a jacket that normally costs $80 is on sale for 40% off. What is the sale price of the jacket? This is problem number 6 from the back. So we're talking about percents, so we're going to set up a proportion, part over whole. I am going to ask you to pause the video right now and see if, now that you know what you're going to be setting up to solve, if you can do this on your own. Okay, hopefully when you did it on your own, put 100 here because we always put our percent first in our class, and so the whole amount is 100%. If you just did that part and or if you didn't do it, and this helps you now know what you need to do, go ahead and pause again and then come back and see if you did it right. So the part of the percent, well, the jacket normally is $80. If I pay 100% of the cost of the jacket, I'm going to be paying $80. But right now it's 40% off. So I need to know what 40% of 80 is. Cross multiply. So 40 or 100 times x is 100x, and 40 times 80, well, 4 times 8 is 32, and then I'm going to add both of those zeros back on. I'm going to divide both sides by 100. X equals 32. So that means that I am not paying, if the jacket is 40% off, that means I am not paying 40% of the cost of the jacket. So I am not paying $32. So then I have to subtract that from the total price. So if the jacket's $80 and I have a discount of $32, I need to subtract. So I'm going to be paying $48. The cost of the jacket is $48. Now, if you wanted to solve this by finding out, instead of finding out how much money you're not paying and then subtracting it, you could find out how much you are going to pay. So now I've set up a proportion, but so think about it. If the jacket's on sale for 40% off, then that means you're not paying 40% and you are paying 60% because the whole amount is 100%. So 40 or 100% minus 40% is 60%. So you are not paying 40% and you are paying 60%. So I could just see, well, if I know I am paying 60%, then I could just find out what 60% of 80 is. So I'll set my proportion up this way, cross multiply. I get 100x equals 4,800 because 6 times 8 is 48, and then I add those two zeros, so I get 4,800. I divide by 100. X equals 48. So now I'm done. I don't have to subtract because I know I'm paying 60%.